Hello everyone, this is Charlotte and this is a podcast called Chatting and Doing Stuff. I basically changed, it's basically me starting again. And I'm driving again, but that's because I got a 3-week block of work, so I'm just gonna have 30-minute intervals basically of where I can do some talking between working on my businesses. There's a disclaimer at the start of this podcast because I do talk about sensitive topics and I do swear. If you don't want to hear swearing or sensitive topics, absolutely change the channel. I'm not going to hold it against you, and I do dribble shit. So I do go on tangents as well, so you might not want to hear that shit. So I'll leave that to you. This is just basically an update, this episode, so you can probably skip this one. It's nothing interesting. There is a considerable amount of swearing in the next one, which is talking about what would you do texts. Not what would you do. What you do in texts. So that's a little bit cringe for me, even though I was getting angry at it. You don't have to watch that one either. But it is a lot of swearing, so if you want to just avoid that one, that's okay too. So there's an update basically of what I'm doing. My dad died in March. I just spent it's November now, I spent the last how many months just dealing with work and grieving, essentially, which is why I pretty much disappeared. So nothing very serious, I say, for me, but obviously, but you know, I just needed some time to get my shit together again. Basically went into hibernation, just worked on my businesses. So pretty much hopefully getting back on track with that shit. I've already got like a Spartan project set up for next year, which I want to do. I did it basically last time to save up for my house, my apartment. So this time I'm going to be saving up for my, dare I say it, my next apartment, which is closer to where I want to live basically. I bought this apartment because it was a good price for basically a 2-bedroom apartment, and essentially what I did was I just lived how I did as a kid, or as my parents gave us as a kid. What the hell are you doing? Which was basically in poverty, except this time I've got a decent paycheck and I was living as if I was broke, if that makes sense. And I was trying to remember all the skills and stuff that we used to use, and the tricks and the hacks and things we used to do as when we were kids, because, you know, I don't know if you listen to the other podcasts, but sorry, my stutter's kicking in already, I'm tired already. If you listen to the other podcasts, it goes into like detail about kinds of things, you know, we had as kids, and we're in food banks and on the welfare line and stuff like that. So I'm not on the welfare line now, but you know, I'm using the tricks I learnt essentially to exist, but now in a way where it's not so extreme because I have to. Now it's because I want to. So, you know, anyone who's been broke and has come into a decent paycheck, you're probably at advantage compared to anyone who's always had a paycheck but now suddenly lost it, because you've already got that skill set of learning to live without, or adapting to, you know, sort of overcome situations where you don't really have a choice. Well, now we have a choice. we can figure it out, or at least I will. You might hear me swearing because right now I'm going through the most gridlock traffic. Yeah, we'll see how we go. It's all like lorries and stuff. Peak traffic is the perfect time to move a fucking lorry, apparently. So I got one right next to me. It's for some kind of mineral ore or something, I don't know. It's quite big. Yeah, so that's basically update. I've got the Sparta project, which is going to go for 3 years. So my last apartment I bought for $440. I got a mortgage on it for about $360. But what I intend to do basically is save up for another 3 years, move back to similar where I was renting, similar, hopefully close. It's a better off area essentially, and you know, just sell this one, and it's worth it, by the time I do that, hopefully it'll be closer to about 500,000. Use that money as well as the equity in the apartment to upgrade to a better apartment in a better area. So, you know, it's essentially bouncing. I'm not going to keep this one. I was going to keep buying apartments and renting them out, but I changed that plan because it's just, I don't want to have to deal with tenants and shit. I don't want to have to deal with it and them trashing stuff. So I'm like, right, what am I going to do now? All right, so for the next 3 years, I'm going to save it for a better apartment. Once I get that better apartment, I'm going to set that as a foundation. Then I'm going to start buying cheap shit apartments, and I'm going to update them and then sell them on. That's essentially the goal. I'm not going to use that as like my income. That's more going to be like a side hustle, which I'm going to, you know, it's early retirement is what I'm aiming for. I'm pretty fed up teaching. I really am. And, you know, it's just, I won't quit my day job, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit in it for another, I mean, what am I, 40, 20 odd years? 20 to 30 more years? I'm not going to sit in it for that long. I'm like, no, I'm good. The kids are bad enough now. I can only imagine what they're going to be in 20, 30 years. I'm like, no. So early retirement is what I'm aiming for. That's the plan. Now, I wouldn't put it on the table if I didn't think I could do it. So, you know, it's pretty much up there. If I can manage to save, you know, I got a house deposit in 2 years, and then I paid off a 40 grand loan from October to the following October. So I'm all right. I think I could do it. It's a good challenge. Plus, I get back to my skills I had when I was a kid, and it gives you a sense of achievement because you're using your discipline and stuff like that. So I'm pretty stoked. It's going to suck, but it's going to be a fun suck. I'm looking forward to it. I love the challenge. Plus, it makes your brain tick because you're sitting there thinking, what can I do next? How can I fix this without having to just outright buy something else or waste my money, or where am I sending my money, and it's all that kind of shit. It's definitely in true tourist style, so I'm going that way. I fucking love it. So we'll see what we can do there. That would be interesting just to see how it goes. So I'm going to be trying to record that, essentially. I think in another playlist, just hacks and things I've picked up, or essentially what I'm doing, or my progress updates and things like that, just to see where we're going. Oh, it's really loud. Other than that, the other thing, I'm trying to think what I left you with, because it was a while ago since my last post. It was, my dad died, so we had his wake. That was okay. That was okay. I didn't stay for the drinking because I don't drink. But my older sister and my younger sister got my mum tanked, so that was fun, watching her on the Powers whiskey. I wish they had taken pictures, but she was completely fucked up apparently, so that was fun. I wish they had taken pictures. But, you know, it's different ways of grieving. I was looking at how, like, they grieved the Queen died, for example. That was a recent funeral that happened around the same time, like the Queen dying, and then a couple of months later. I mean, that was a very somber, sad occasion. I mean, my dad's funeral, it's not that we didn't appreciate him. There's a big story there. But, you know, it wasn't a sad occasion. It was more of a case of, we're sending you on to the next place. We're celebrating that you were here. We're going to get mum shit-faced. And we're going to handle your shit for you, the loose ends that you didn't handle when you went through. So it's okay, it's all being handled. It's not a time for sadness because he wasn't well. He's not in pain anymore. So, you know, it's okay. I mean, we saw it coming, so, you know, it's good. It's all right. And to be honest, I don't think he fucking went anywhere. I think he's on the other side poking fun at us. So I don't think it was so much a loss as more of a transition at this point, and that's just my belief systems. Because I tell you what, things definitely picked up in his absence, so I'm pretty convinced he's on the other side fixing shit. So that's just me being maybe a bit woo-woo. But, you know, he's alright, he's helping. Bob's helping as well, which is my dead granddad, so, you know. He's helping me with the money side of things, the business side of things, which has definitely fucking picked up. And Dad's on the other side also giving me insight into things that, you know, his shit I'm selling essentially. I got the job of selling his hoard essentially, because my sister said bin it, my younger sister said bin it, my brother said this is a you job. And I'm like, okay, I'll take it on. And my dad was a hoarder. But it wasn't anything that was particularly bad. A lot of it was damaged because it got left in a shed with spiders and shit. So I had to take it out, clean it up and stuff like that to see what it was. But he held on to some stuff. It was just that poverty mindset of, I can't let go of it because it might be worth something someday. And to be honest, it's not worth a lot. And what I did manage to clean and sort out is worth something. So I'm not going to, you know, turn it down. My mum just wanted to stick it in a skip. And I'm like, well, that's a waste. I haven't got the fear of missing out shit, but I'm like, let me at least look at it, see what's good. Because I don't mind, you know, transmuting shit into something that could be useful. I like not upgrading. Well, I do like upgrading. I like upcycling stuff. And, you know, cleaning it off and see what's good. You can do something else with it. I always like repairing stuff. I don't like chucking things away that could potentially be good, which is, you know, at one point she gave away a statue that was my granddad Bob's. And it was just from copper art. It was cheap shit, but at the same time I got pissed off with her because she gave it away. I'm going, why did you give it away? We don't even know what it's worth and you're giving it away. She's like, I just didn't want it. It was Bob's and it was in my house. And I'm like, ask me first. Let me do some research, you know? Let me know what's going on before you just start handing shit away. But, you know, I got pissy at her for that. But I think she clued on that she's not supposed to be just handing shit out. And the only really reason that she did was because it was in her way and she didn't like Bob. And I'm going, well, that's no excuse to just get rid of stuff that could be sold or used again or something like that. You know, that's no excuse. So I did have a go at her for that. I admit that. It's like, don't do that. But there's a whole lot of other shit going on there as well. So that's been my job basically since my dad died. I think I hauled the first load of crap on his wake because I had an empty car. And I just gradually hauled it the hour-and-a-half drive from my parents' farm to my house, which is a 2-bedroom apartment, is tiny compared to what their house is. And I was just sorting through it, cleaning it, repackaging, uploading, whatever I could do with it, basically. And I'm still doing it now. So my sister's, the spare room in my house is full of shit. So, but it's organized shit. So when my sister Pookie comes back over, I'm going to have to clear that out again temporarily. But it's getting through it. And I don't mind because, you know, it's helping as well. So that's an additional something helpful for when I don't get paid in the fortnight. If anything sells, it will be contributing to, you know, paying my mortgage, which is essentially what he wanted to do anyway. He did say, whatever you sell, put in the offset, and I'm like, why do you think this is worth anything? He's like, just put it in the offset. I'm like, oh. So he's all things like basketball cards and Magic the Gathering cards and comic books and stamps and just weird stuff that I would. And it's interesting because I like the artwork on the cards and stuff, like especially the Magic the Gathering ones. I'm going, oh, that's nice. Some of the weird artworks and card collections. So he's got like complete sets of things, and I'm like, okay, I'll have a look, see what this is, because I don't chuck anything away unless I absolutely know it's crap. You know, like I'm the kind of person that wears shoes to death, so I don't chuck them away unless they're irreparable. So it was interesting to find what the value of some of the things was. It's like, I don't want to know what he spent on it, because at the time we didn't have any money, and we probably didn't have any money because he was buying this shit. But you know, it's whatever I can get for it at this point is good. And so I'm still in the process of sorting through what he's got and what's willing to be sold and stuff like that. So that's my job. I'm trying to get it all sorted out and stowed before the end of the year because I want it clear for the Spartan project. I want all my spaces back. I didn't have a front room there for about 3 months just because it was full of crap, and I was climbing over boxes and stuff, which is interesting. This is the kind of stuff my mum said just, you know, put in the backyard and set a torch to, because she just didn't want to deal with it. So, you know, interesting stuff. Lots of mouse shit. Lots of spiders. And in my parents' farm, there's also things like little baby scorpions and shit. And I'm fine sorting through these boxes of crud. And I'm going, there's a scorpion there, great. And fucking millipedes. It's like, great, now I got scorpions and millipedes in my fucking apartment. Yay. Thanks, guys. Cows got into the shed one time, and like half the boxes were eaten. I'm like, you fuckers. Who let the cows in? It's like thick ass mud. I'm going, what the fuck? How am I supposed to clean this? God. So that was fun. There's a lot of shit, and I felt there's great satisfaction in throwing out muddy, shitty boxes, because you're like, you know that is out and it's gone, and like you're not holding on to it because it might be worth something. You're just going, that is shit, bin. So that was a great sense of satisfaction. So I'm really having fun with that, actually. It's weird because I'm a bit of a collector myself, but when I collect, it's actually worth something and I look after it. So, you know, anything like my jewelry or stuff, I can guarantee you it's proper silver. It's not like shit you buy at Kmart. It's silver. It's worth its weight. I wear a fuck enough of it, and I don't buy crap. You know, it's any of my bracelets, like my big bracelets. I got 4 big bracelets at the moment, all like Toba Sabo stuff. Each of the charms is about $60. There's 7 charms on one bracelet, you know. I don't buy shit. If I'm gonna buy something, I buy quality. But the strategy behind finding out what's useful is also interesting to me. I'm not materialistic in the sense where I need to show off to someone. It's like, I got all this shit. It's like, I wear it because I fucking earned it. I don't give a shit who sees it, as long as they don't try and fucking rob me. You know, it's like, I don't give a fuck. There's the fun part of like not giving a shit about other people's opinions is you get to do what you want. Like, you'll see me wearing all this fucking jewelry and shit, and I'll still be picking up cans because it's fun. I like doing that. There's the strategy side of things. I'll go through op shops covered in, you know, silver and shit. It's interesting to me to see the different ways of using money. Not like I'm trying to hoard it, but it's definitely a tool to get somewhere else and to do something else and to fund projects. So you're never going to be able to hold on to it. You need to use it for something. So these people are sitting on their fucking nest eggs like Scrooge McDuck, paranoid about losing their wealth status. Who's clearly not using it properly. It's just a tool. It is not something to hoard. It won't do you any good if you do hoard it because you can't use it. It's like my ex-boyfriend's entire wealth is probably tied up in his Bitcoin. I'm going, you are bordering on homeless. You can't afford food, but you're proud of this fucking tiny amount of Bitcoin you've got. You are insane. If he had any sense, he would have sold it off. It's like, sell it off, do something with it. Don't sit there and hoard it. Because, you know, you need some degree of wealth to build more wealth. You don't just hold on to it and hope it accrues interest. It's like, no, do something with it. For example, with my apartment that I want to do, I'm going to sell the one I've got. It'll be worth maybe 60,000 more in 3 years because the increase in property values. Plus I've got I'm doing it again, fucking stutter. Equity in it. So I can use that to buy the next one. At the moment, my borrowing potential is about 900,000 odd, according to my bank. They said, you can borrow this, and I'm going, I'll check that, because I don't believe you. But it's useful to keep in the back of your mind while you're saving up for the next thing. It's like, I know where I'm heading, and I know where I want to go, and I know what steps I need to do to get there. It's just going to take time, discipline, and actually putting away the immediate gratification side of things. To lean towards, what do I want in the long term? And what am I willing to do now to make it work for the future? Which is so cliche, but it works, and it's real. You've got a lot of people here that might save a little bit of money. Like with the yoga guy project, I'm sitting there going, he was telling me, he wasn't telling me, he was telling people in general on his posts that he had saved some money and he'd improved his health, improved his sleep and all that by cutting out alcohol and on junk food and all that shit. I'm sitting there thinking, fucking great, you made some progress, that's awesome. I'm pretty proud of you for that, because it's hard to do, especially when you're like known for drinking and shit. But then I thought, what did you actually do with all that money and shit that you saved, or your gains? What did you do with it? And the next post, the next post was him saying he's cut back a week in the schedule. I'm like, okay, so maybe just fatigued. Because, you know, it's something like, I'm going to start retreating. I'm going, okay, so you didn't see the project to the end, but okay, at least you're ahead. Weird. Why would you start if you can't finish? right? I could see that. And then the next thing I know, he's going out on the piss. I'm going, you just spent how many weeks or months saving money, which you've now pissed down the drain, which you didn't really have. So it's like, that's kind of irresponsible. Which you could have used for something else more responsible, like, I don't know, paying bills or some shit, working towards the next project, I don't know. And then he's fucking up his body now, a week early, by going out and drinking and doing dumb shit. I'm going, why did you even start this? Like, what was the point of this project? If you're just gonna go and fuck it up as soon as you've near enough finished it, you haven't even finished it, as soon as you've near enough finished it, you're gonna start going out and fucking it up again. What is that? Like, who is encouraging that? And I can only say, maybe it's your fucking friends at this point, your so-called friends, that are meant to be supportive. It's like, why did you start it in the first place? Was it actually to have growth? Or was it to, you know, appear to have growth? Or was it just something because you're bored? Was it a vanity project where you're like, I feel a bit chubby, I'm gonna lose some fat? It's like, what is this? Why did you start this at all? Because this was meant to be something that you carry on. This is meant to be a lifestyle choice. This isn't meant to be a spit in the fire. It looks good for a bit, I get some credit, and then, you know, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna hang out with my mates who fuck up my life again. It's like, why did you start it at all? I can't understand it. I'm assuming it was a vanity project. It must be like an introductory project. Hopefully he's going to carry on doing something else like it on a greater scale, because you just wasted whatever gains you made. Whatever gains you made just got pissed down the drain. So it's like, it seems a bit fruitless, just to me. I mean, I don't know about anyone. I mean, he was a fire sign, or is a fire sign, so they're a bit flighty. I'm a Taurus, I'm an earth sign. We slow and steady, we get the job done, we stay till the fucking job's done. So, you know, different temperaments probably. But I'm like, why would you start something if you can't finish it? That's my mindset. And that is spoken in true Taurus sense, essentially. It's like, we don't start unless we know we can finish. I'm not going there. We will finish. That could be read into. But it just seemed a bit fruitless. So I'm like, you got to work on your strategies. It's like, where were you going with this? What was your motive? How can you improve on it? Because if this was a taster project to see if you could start and keep it going, then that's good. That's a good start. Now what? Next. What else you got? Keep it going. Show me you can do something. Keep going. What are you doing? You know, it's like, I'm just going to stop now. I'm just going to give up. And, I've done my job. I've done close enough. It's good enough. Like, that's not achievement. You gotta keep going with that, dude. You gotta figure something out. It's nice that you tried. Now try again. Try harder. Get up there. Go and do something with your life, because this was a nice, cute little project. And I'm sure it's impressive to your friends who have achieved less. Move your fucking ass. Get up there. Come on. What the fuck is this? Get going. Move. Anyway, I'm gonna have to wrap it up soon. I mean, I liked that he did that. I was impressed that he did that, because I heard nothing about it until he had actually nearly achieved it. I'm going, great. And then as soon as I found out he was doing this awesome project, it was suddenly like, oh, I'm retreating now for a week. I'm going, you're not even on schedule. What the fuck? You didn't finish. It's like getting all the way to the finish line and then going, oh, fuck it, I give up. What are you doing? What are you doing? But, you know, it's a starter project, I have a feeling, and hopefully he'll pick it up again and get going with it. But, you know, kudos for him trying, because he's a fire sign. You know. They're not as slow and steady as Tauruses. They're not. They don't plod, we plod. Capricorns maybe intellectually plod, but we get the job done. In the upright, of course. Tauruses in the reverse don't. They just leech off everyone else. So I'm gonna have to leave it there because I pulled up to work. I'm gonna be doing a few more podcasts over the next 2 or 3 weeks. And then I'll be into school holidays, so I can do more stuff around the home, thankfully. I've got a ton of jobs that are mounted up. Good song. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a fantastic... It's now Tuesday, but the last podcast was Monday, so hopefully it all lines up. Take it easy. If you are looking to update anything in your life, now's a good time to do it. We're past all the retrogrades. No one's going to stand in your way. We're looking at some really good cleansing. We're nearly at the end of the year of the snake, which means everybody shed all their shit, hopefully. And then we've got the year of the horse coming in. So everything is going to be bolt upright and running. Started January. So if you want to get projects going, fucking move. Because this is the year for it coming. Run. You're going to have the energy. You're going to be pissed off enough to make it work. So if you want to change anything, now's the fucking time. Start shedding your shit. It's nearly a month to go till the start of the year. So get moving with it. Take it easy, and I'll hopefully see another one. See you guys again tomorrow on Wednesday, and hopefully it will be an interesting topic. I have a feeling it's going to be about fuckboys, because I've had some weird experiences at schools recently with EA fuckboys. I'm just like, I think we need to talk about it. I mean, that's the reason why I now have to wear a ring to work. I'm not married. I'm not in a relationship. I have no one. I have my dog. I love my dog. But it's like, the fact that I have to lie about what I'm doing with my life just to protect myself is getting a bit shitty. So I don't like that. So I might talk about that one next. Take it easy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.